The Florida Department of Transportation, or FDOT, and Collier County welcomes you to the public meeting for the Livingston FPL Trail Extension from Radio Road to Collier County Line Project Development and Environment, or PD&E, study. We appreciate your attendance and participation. The FDOT project development process is a comprehensive, multi-stage framework designed to guide transportation projects from initial concept to construction. This structured approach ensures that projects are technically sound, environmentally responsible, financially viable, and responsive to community needs. The process is iterative, allowing for adjustments and refinements as new information becomes available and as stakeholders provide input. The purpose of this PD&E study is to evaluate engineering and environmental data and document information that will aid Collier County, FDOT District 1, and the FDOT Office of Environmental Management in determining the type, preliminary design, and location of the proposed improvements. The purpose of this public meeting is to provide you the opportunity to ask questions and express your views concerning the proposed alternatives under consideration. FDOT is also asking local governments and regulatory agencies to provide comments about the project. In this presentation, we will introduce the project, discuss the purpose and need, identify the study alternatives, and explain the PD&E study process. The study begins at Radio Road and extends approximately 11.5 miles to the Collier County line. The proposed project will connect to the existing Rich King Memorial Greenway, the North Collier Regional Park, and to the proposed Bonita Estero Rail Trail, BERT, to the north. The project corridor traverses 6 major arterials and 2 bridge crossings at the Golden Gate Canal and the Cocohatchee Canal. The Livingston FPL Trail Extension PD&E study proposes an important non-motorized shared-use path along the Livingston Road and FPL Utility Easement Corridor in Collier County, Florida. This project will support the development of the shared-use, non-motorized SUN trail network in Collier County. The Livingston FPL Trail Extension will not only improve connectivity for pedestrians and cyclists, but it will also enhance safety conditions in the area by providing a separated shared-use path. The need for the proposed improvements for the Livingston FPL Trail Extension PD&E study is identified in project status with funding in the Transportation Improvement Program, TIP, and Statewide Transportation Improvement Program, STIP. The project will improve system linkage by providing a vital connection in the Florida Sun Trail Network and Florida Gulf Coast Trail. The project will fill the gap connecting the existing Rich King Memorial Greenway, located south of Radio Road, to the proposed Bonita Estero Rail Trail, BERT, Sun Trail in Lee County, creating an expanded trail network that will provide convenient and safe public access to residential, recreational, and employment destinations. The Florida Department of Environmental Protection, DEP, and Florida Greenways and Trail Foundation, FGTF, report on their website that trails in Florida have contributed to a $52 billion positive impact on the annual economy and the creation of approximately 465,800 jobs in Florida. Existing pedestrian and bicycle networks within the study area are incomplete, justifying the need for a separate shared-use path. Crash data analysis from 2019 to 2024 shows that crashes for both pedestrians and bicyclists are increasing within the study corridor. Within the project limits, the Livingston FPL Trail Extension, or any shared-use path, currently does not exist. The FPL utility easement varies in width from 110 feet to 405 feet within the study corridor. Livingston Road, County Road CR 881, is owned and maintained by Collier County. The existing 6-lane divided principal arterial has a minimum right-of-way ROW width of 100 feet near Radio Road, CR 586, and a maximum width of 325 feet at the north end of the corridor. Some parts of Livingston Road, CR 881, are located on easements and not county-owned right-of-way. The sidewalk on the west side of Livingston Road varies in width from 6 feet to 8 feet, with some gaps, while a continuous 8-foot concrete sidewalk is provided on the east side. Existing 4-foot bicycle lanes are provided in both directions on the northern 7.5 miles of Livingston Road, from Pine Ridge Road, CR 896, to the Collier County line. There are 2 existing Livingston Road bridges within the study corridor. The first bridge spans the Golden Gate Canal with a length of 166 feet and a width of 104 feet and 7 inches. The bridge accommodates 3 travel lanes in each direction, sidewalks on both sides with a divided raised median. The second bridge spans the Cocohatchee Canal with a length of 94 feet and a width of 148 feet and 5.5 inches. The bridge accommodates 3 northbound lanes, 1 southbound right turn lane, 3 southbound through lanes, 2 southbound left turn lanes, a 4-foot traffic separator, and 4-foot bike lanes and sidewalks on both sides. Alternative 1 proposes constructing a new 12-foot wide shared-use path with a 4.5-foot separation from the roadway, from the back of curb, and a 4-foot buffer area behind the path. The alignment for Build Alternative 1 is parallel to the west side of Livingston Road for the entire 11.5 miles of study corridor. Right-of-way needs for Alternative 1 vary along the corridor due to existing right-of-way widths and existing easement agreements. The existing bridge over the Golden Gate Canal can be modified to accommodate the proposed shared-use path on the west side of Livingston Road for Alternative 1 without any bridge widening. Option A proposes a single slope barrier with a double bullet railing, a shift of the southbound lanes, and a reduction in median width. Option B proposes channelization fencing, a shift of the southbound lanes, and a reduction in median width. The existing bridge over the Cocohatchee Canal can be modified to accommodate the proposed shared-use path on the west side of Livingston Road for Alternative 1 without any bridge widening. Option A proposes a single slope barrier with a double bullet railing, a shift in the northbound and southbound lanes, and a reduction in traffic separator width. Option B proposes channelization fencing, a shift in the northbound and southbound lanes, and a reduction in traffic separator width. Alternative 1 will require the existing west sidewalk on Livingston Road to be removed and replaced with the proposed 12-foot wide shared-use path. This alternative will also require the relocation of overhead distribution lines, lighting, and some landscaping. Build Alternative 1 utilizes existing roadway drainage and can be accommodated on the existing canal bridge structures with some modifications, but no additional bridge widening. The alignment of Alternative 1 accommodates 2 optional pedestrian mid-block crossings that provide trail connectivity to the North Collier Regional Park and the Livingston Park and Ride Lot north of Immokalee Road. Alternative 2 proposes a 12-foot wide shared-use path with minimum 4-foot buffers on both sides within the FPL utility easement along the 11.5 miles of the study corridor. The alignment for Build Alternative 2 follows the existing gravel maintenance road within the FPL utility easement. Right-of-way needs for this alternative vary along the corridor and will be refined in the design phase. 2 new pedestrian bridges are proposed with Alternative 2 over the Golden Gate Canal and Cocohatchee Canal. The two pedestrian bridges are both proposed to be 16 feet in width to accommodate the 12-foot shared use path with 2-foot buffers on each side. The alignment for Build Alternative 2 does require 4 pedestrian mid-block crossings at Tivoli Lane, Livingston Road south of the Golden Gate Canal Bridge, Livingston Road south of the intersection of Entrada Avenue, and on Veterans Memorial Boulevard east of Livingston Road. The two optional pedestrian mid-block crossings that can be provided with Build Alternative 1 can also be provided with Build Alternative 2 at North Collier Regional Park and the Livingston Park and Ride Lot north of Immokalee Road. This alternative proposes 2 new 16-foot wide pedestrian bridges over the Golden Gate Canal and the Cocohatchee Canal. For drainage purposes, the trail will need to be elevated with fill material to provide vertical clearance for cross drains and to maintain drainage flow within the utility easement. Alternative 2 provides larger separation from Livingston Road and allows for the west sidewalk along Livingston Road to remain. Build Alternative 2 will require a consent agreement from FPL during the design phase, similar to the existing Rich King Memorial Greenway to the south. Throughout this study, a no-build alternative is also considered. The no-build alternative assumes that no improvements are made to accommodate a new shared-use path within the Livingston Road and FPL utility easement corridor through the year 2050. Not building a new shared-use path would reduce costs and minimize property or environmental impacts, but it would also limit safe and connected options for people walking and biking. This PD&E study is ongoing. Project team members will continue to develop, refine, and evaluate alignment alternatives for the Livingston FPL Trail extension throughout the remainder of the study. Potential environmental effects associated with the proposed build alternatives are under careful evaluation and include detailed studies of protected species and habitat, wetlands and floodplains, water quality, stormwater management and permitting, Section 4F recreational sites, right-of-way requirements, contamination, archaeological and historical resources. Based on data already collected, we anticipate further study will be needed for potential effects on protected species and habitat, wetlands and floodplains, right-of-way, contamination, and archaeological and historical resources. The evaluation matrix shown in this slide shows a summary of results of preliminary analysis for the build and no-build alternatives. This matrix is also on display this evening. Public input is crucial during an FDOT project development process, as it enhances the decision-making process by incorporating diverse perspectives and local knowledge. Engaging the community allows stakeholders to voice their concerns, preferences, and insights regarding projects that may affect their daily transportation. By actively involving citizens, FDOT can ensure that proposed solutions are more aligned with community needs and values, ultimately leading to more sustainable and implementable outcomes. Furthermore, public input can help mitigate conflicts and build consensus among various interest groups, making it easier to navigate complex dynamics associated with transportation projects. Your comments will help the department to make its selection of the preferred alternative. We encourage you to submit your comments at the in-person meeting, through the project webpage, or by email or mail to the project team. Though comments are accepted at any time, they must be received or postmarked by December 3, 2025 to be included in the formal workshop record. The project team will consider all comments and, where feasible, will incorporate them into the development of the preferred alternative. FDOT will present the preferred alternative at an upcoming formal public hearing for this project, tentatively scheduled for summer/fall 2026. At the end of this study, and after the formal public hearing, we will finalize the preferred alternative for the Livingston FPL Trail Extension. We will mail project newsletters to keep you informed about the study's progress. If you would like to receive future newsletters and you are not on our mailing list, please fill out the workshop comment form or request to be added on the project webpage. The department anticipates completion of this PD&E study by spring 2027, when location and design concept of the preferred alternative will be submitted to the FDOT Office of Environmental Management for approval. At this time, the FDOT's adopted 5-year work program includes funding for the PD&E phase of Livingston FPL Trail Extension Project. The Collier MPO is in the process of updating their Long-Range Transportation Plan, or LRTP. Currently, the proposed Livingston FPL Trail project is unfunded for all future project phases. The Livingston FPL Trail Study Team is here tonight to answer your questions and discuss the project. We invite you to ask them your questions and to review all the aerial maps, plans, and illustrations. This PD&E study is being conducted and completed according to the requirements of the National Environmental Policy Act and other related federal and state laws, rules, and regulations, which will qualify future phases of this project for federal funding. For additional information on all rules and regulations this meeting follows, please see the Federal and State Requirements Board. Thank you for your interest in the proposed Livingston FPL Trail improvements and for taking time to participate in this public meeting. We look forward to your comments and your continued involvement in this important PD&E study. And finally, an FDOT safety moment. Distracted driving is one of the fastest-growing safety issues on the roads today. Distracted drivers aren't just a threat to themselves, they're a danger to everyone else on the road. Texting, which includes messaging, is considered the most dangerous type of distracted driving because it combines visual, manual, and cognitive distraction. FDOT thanks you for making safety a continued priority.